At Mingyu and S.Koo's recent concert, we all got to see Jungkook, and he truly is absolutely gorgeous. His eyes sparkle, and his adorable smile makes us all happy. Jungkook looks so handsome in his clothes, with his tiny waist and beautiful tattoos. But the most beautiful thing about him is his smile, which radiates joy. Jungkook is a great friend and always understands others. It's a blessing to have him in their lives. Just a few hours ago, a new barbecue restaurant displayed the autographs of Jungkook, S.Koo's, Mingyu, Vernon, and producer Seo Bumju, who visited before the restaurant's official opening. This shows that Jungkook always supports his friends in their new projects. He always finds time to be with his colleagues during important moments, showing his generous side. Jungkook stays connected with the people who have been with him throughout his life, which is a great example for many young people who admire him. Lately, for some reason, there have been many rumors about Jungkook and Eunwoo. Jungkook's name has been used for no reason simply because he's friends with Eunwoo. Jungkook and Eunwoo are two different people. The only thing that unites them is their friendship, and Jungkook is not to blame for what's happening with Eunwoo. He should be left alone. People, especially those who claim to be Jungkook's fans but continue to spread lies, should learn to truly respect and love Jungkook and Taehyung and stop criticizing them or their friends for every decision they make. The relationship between Jungkook and Taehyung is an example of a strong bond that goes beyond the ordinary. Together, they've shown a special connection that's evident in every moment they share, every glance, and every gesture. Taekook are mature and intelligent people who have built a strong union based on respect, support, and deep understanding. These kinds of relationships don't need explanations, they simply exist and grow naturally. Their ability to stay together despite difficulties and rumors shows how strong their bond is. People who claim to be fans but spend their time fabricating stories and criticizing Jungkook and Taehyung's every decision should reflect on what it truly means to support someone. A true fan loves and respects the artist and the important people in their life, including their friends and partners. Constantly criticizing their choices or attacking their loved ones only demonstrates a lack of maturity and understanding of what it means to admire someone. Jungkook and Taehyung are individuals with the right to live their lives, make their own decisions, and be with those who make them happy. Accepting and respecting these choices is the first step to becoming a true fan, someone who celebrates their successes and supports them every step of the way. Taehyung and Jungkook have a very special way of communicating that doesn't need words. Even when surrounded by many people, their eyes always find each other as if an invisible connection binds them. This silent language is something they've developed over time, a system of glances that allows them to share their feelings without speaking. When they meet, everything else around them seems to disappear, leaving only the two of them in their own shared space. What's most incredible is how their gazes convey so much affection and understanding, as if they could have a complete conversation using only their eyes. A clear example of this connection is when Jungkook is drinking water and Taehyung watches him with great patience. It's not a casual glance, but one full of attention and affection, as if that simple moment were the most important thing in the world. Their hands move together naturally, and their smiles light up their faces with a happiness that can be felt from afar. These moments show how they've created their own personal world where they understand each other perfectly. The most beautiful thing is that after so much time, every time they look at each other, it still feels like the first time, as if they fall in love again and again without ever growing tired of it. Sometimes, their glances are more subtle but just as full of love. When they don't look directly at each other, they search for the other with the corner of their eye or in reflections, showing that they are always aware of where the other person is. Taehyung sometimes hides his eyes behind his cap while looking at Jungkook, as if he wants to admire him without anyone else noticing. In those moments, he rests his cheek with his hand, a gesture that shows how much it affects him to see the person he loves. You don't need to follow his gaze to know who he's looking at, because only one person in this world can evoke that expression of tenderness and admiration in Taehyung, and that person is Jungkook. Jungkook reciprocates that affection with the same intensity. Many times he turns to look at Taehyung, and each time he does so with the same emotion as the first time. His love for Taehyung is evident in the way he seeks him out with his eyes and in the small gestures he makes for him. One example is when Jungkook blows him a kiss from afar, such a small gesture, yet it makes them both blush like newlyweds. These actions demonstrate that the affection between them not only remains after so much time, but seems to grow stronger with each passing day. The most admirable thing about Taehyung and Jungkook's relationship is how their love doesn't change with time. No matter how many years go by, every time their eyes meet, it's as if time stands still and they relive that same emotion from the beginning. In their gazes, you can see everything they feel, promises, shared memories, and a very strong connection that only two people who truly love each other can have. This love seems destined to last forever, becoming deeper and stronger with each passing day. Every time they look at each other, they fall more and more in love, proving that when two people are made for each other, neither time nor anything else can change that feeling. Taehyung and Jungkook share a special connection that's evident in the way they look at and approach each other. Jungkook doesn't look at anyone else the way he looks at Taehyung, nor does he seek out other people with the same tranquility he displays when he's with him. It seems as if they both know, without needing to speak, that the space between them is special, even when surrounded by many people. Those who have observed them closely quickly realize that Taehyung and Jungkook communicate in a different way, where words aren't as necessary as gestures and glances. Jungkook responds to Taehyung's affection with the same intensity. He often turns around to look for Taehyung, and each time he does so with the same emotion as the first time. His love for Taehyung is evident in how he searches for him with his eyes and in the small gestures he makes only for him. A clear example is when Jungkook blows him a kiss from afar, a small gesture that makes them both nervous and blush as if it were the first time. These actions demonstrate that the affection between them has not only remained after so much time, but seems to grow stronger with each passing day, as if their connection deepens with every shared moment. These days, Taehyung and Jungkook are more reserved in terms of public appearances and moments shared in front of everyone, but that doesn't mean anything has changed between them. For those who have followed them for years, it's clear that the foundation of their relationship remains intact. Sometimes their connection is more noticeable, sometimes less so, but it never completely disappears. The absence of constant displays of affection doesn't change what they have built over time. Their relationship is like a tree with deep roots that can withstand any storm because its foundation is solid and true. The gestures they have shared in the past show a level of closeness that doesn't need daily confirmation to remain strong. Think of all those times their bodies moved in perfect unison, as if connected by invisible threads, or those hushed conversations that isolated them from the outside world, creating a space where only they existed. These displays of affection, though less frequent now, haven't lost their importance or meaning. On the contrary, their memory serves as proof that what Taehyung and Jungkook have built doesn't need constant validation to remain real and strong. The most admirable aspect of Taehyung and Jungkook's relationship is their ability to adapt without losing what makes them special, that natural evolution that has allowed them to maintain the most important part of their connection even when circumstances change. It's not forced or artificial, but a genuine feeling that has found different ways to express itself depending on what they need at any given moment. Sometimes their connection is very visible to everyone, other times it's silent and just for them, but always authentic, always real. This duality is what makes their relationship so special, the ability to be very public when they need to be and very private when they want to be, without either affecting the other. In a world where relationships are often displayed ad nauseum, Taehyung and Jungkook have found the perfect balance between sharing and protecting their connection, creating a bond that not only survives but thrives on its own unique character.